starting group for the visitors. We've got Sarr, and it's Evans in at the two-guard spot. And here in the early season, Tim, what are you watching from these teams now?
Well, I'm looking, BA, for roles and how they have evolved and changed from a year ago. It's amazing how much difference just one season can make, putting guys in better position to succeed.
How much will rotations change through the months now?
Significantly. I think coaches are trying to find out who they can trust as you get deeper into the season.
Here's Boozer. Unloads from 13, and the shot is good off the backboard.
Well, the defense has no one to blame but themselves there. Another open look.
Over to the wing. Powell outside. Pass to Evans. Here's Wilson. Here's the three. Rebounded by Evans. Here's Boozer. Last game for him, he had 14. And he lobs it up to the rim. And that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession. First quarter of play, a minute in. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Billy Green. The developing game of Trae Young is something that coach discussed with his players. Coach said he's been one of the league's assist leaders. Don't get so consumed trying to stop him that you give him the easy passes inside. They know the danger that Young possesses. We'll see if they can contain him here. Back over to you, Brian.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. And you could argue Onyeka Okongwu is a little undersized at the center position, but it's hard to overlook his impact, Tim.
Well, that's because he contributes in so many areas. Blocks, steals, rebounds. He can make plays, you name it. And he keeps adding to his game year after year.
Here's Wilson. Clock at 6. Pass to Powell. He tries for three. Boozer grabs the board. Gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Boozer. Here's Boozer. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
To stop the drought. Drained it for 2 points.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Here's Evans. 10 points in his last outing. Sarr passes to Boozer, and he goes in for the dunk.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Called 1 of 4 to begin this one. Here's Powell to the paint. Here's Wilson, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
At the line for 2, Wilson.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. Pass to Boozer. From 18 feet away. And that one good. Boozer's got 6 points.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Boozer's got a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Here's Evans. Still without a bucket. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
From deep, Sarr. Wilson grabs the board. Gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Here's Evans. Pass to Wilson. Here's Evans. 5 on the clock. From the arc. Boozer grabs the board. Got 5 of 7 shots to fall. Here's Boozer. 6 points for him.
2 minutes remaining.
The 17-footer. That one goes in. Give him 8.
He's been perfect this quarter. They keep feeding him, and he keeps delivering.
Sarr pulls it in. Got 6 of 8 shots to go. There's 1:40 left in the first quarter here. Pass to Boozer. Here's Evans. Launches a 3. And no good. Shooting just about 29% so far. Not great. Here's Evans. Still no points. Inside. Here's Wilson. No good with a layup.
Defense did just enough to force that miss. I really expected him to get 2 there.
There's a screen. Pass to Boozer. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. 50 seconds left in the first. Here's Powell. And Powell with the stuff.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Gotten 7 of their 10 shots to fall. Pass to Sarr. Here's Evans. 26 seconds left in the first quarter. Boozer misses.
Yeah, that's a shot he'll make 90% of the time. He just couldn't get it to go right there.
Pass to Wilson. Off with the layup.
Well, that was a great challenge at the rim and a difficult adjustment to make.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
They've been active, they've been disruptive, but now the question is, can they maintain this level of intensity?
Brown scanning the floor. Harris outside to the middle. It's stolen. And they're on the run. Pass to Stevenson. Oh, they pick off the pass. Foster, the pass to Brown. And the jam by Brown.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You've got to love the effort. That's big time.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Zion Williamson is one of the most gifted athletes this game has ever seen, but now he's taken his commitment to conditioning to another level. He said, I definitely see the difference. I'm feeling like I don't exert as much energy to get to a certain speed. My movements are swifter. Back to you guys.
A scary thought. Okay, thanks for the report, Allie.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
Here's Stevenson. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
20.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting back, you cannot give up plays like that.
So both teams making some changes here. And Legs, more and more, we're seeing teams investing in player development. What's behind that?
Well, for one thing, more teams understand that your development staff doesn't count for an edge by investing in areas where they're not constrained.
Winning on the margins, man. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Wilson. Here's Trimble. The three is up. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
Boozer passes to Boozer. To the inside. Here's Evans. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Misses in close.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Boozer. Give him 8 points now. Pass to Harris. Down low. Boozer misses. Gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. A long-limbed 6'5" guard, Grant. Talk about what DeJounte Murray brings to the table.
Oh, man. Defense, defense, defense. I mean, he's led the league in steals, B.A. And Murray is really good at disrupting the point of attack, making things hard on the opposing ball handler.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one, and that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Well, if you shoot the ball at 40% or better from the...
So it's both teams making substitutions here. All right, let's take a look back at last season and see the teams who collected the most second chance points.
This is a hustle stat. This team pounded the offensive glass, and it shows in their numbers from last year.
Pass to Boozer. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. To the middle. Here's Boozer. Wilson grabs the board.
Just imagine if he was shooting better. The lead would be even bigger.
Lets it fly. Gets a very good look and converts.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
Now here's Harris. Yet to see a basket. And Harris throws it down.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
Here's Wilson. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts.
Now, what a force. Sometimes you just want it a little more.
Here's Boozer. He's got 6. And he lobs it up top.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a 10-point pass. And so Willie Green decides to call a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And Legs, is someone who has seen some of the great perimeter defenders over the years. Who's the best you've ever seen?
Well, the best defense.
Checked in for Harris. A minute 53 left in the second quarter. Pass to Wilson. Here's Powell. Oh, from deep. Rebounded by Evans. Evans has got 4 rebounds in the game. Now here's Sarr. Here's Boozer. Back to Sarr. Inside. Boozer misses.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
From the top of the key, it's good. 6 points for him. The visitors with the ball. They've led by as many as 11. And that's a 1-game homestand for the club. Pass to Sarr. From deep. The shot won't fall.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
40 seconds left in the second period. Wilson. Another miss for him. He's 2 for 6. Gotten 6 of 10 shots to drop in the second. Nice work. Takes a step back. Pass to Evans. Here's Boozer. There's 21 seconds left in the first half. Here's Boozer. He hits it. His 4th make in 10 tries.
A defensive lapse. Can't give him that kind of position.
Well, that is just point-blank range. They're going to convert that almost every time.
Let's go with a 3. And that one's good. Wilson's got 7 points here in the quarter.
When you can shoot over the top of people and hit a high percentage from out there, you are in rare company.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Up by 5. Let's send it.
Hi, everybody. We've got your favorite segment on tap as we check out how the Eastern Conference is shaping up.
Taking a look at the visitors, it's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team.
Well, we knew they'd be good, but we didn't know they'd be this good. And now, time to talk about this game. What a solid start for the visiting team.
I know my partner here appreciates the brute force, especially on the glass, right, Jack? And they're in a good spot because of it.
They've shown great toughness, and they've been very quick to the ball. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
We've got second half action for you. And if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Shooting at a decent clip, 45% for the game.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And he'll take his third and fourth free throws of the night. And he drops the first. You know, I heard Steve Kerr talking about this concept, the ball and stick theory, Tim, that some guys just have natural hand-eye coordination and will excel in any sport. You agree with that?
Completely agree. Typically, we think of athletic ability involving speed or quickness or verticality, but I think that hand-eye is critical and counts just as much as those other traits.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder. We've got Sarr, and it's Evans in at the 2 guard. Pass to Boozer, all sorts of time, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Boozer's got 10 points.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
Here's Evans. No points so far. The quick look, no good that time. Sarr passes to Boozer. Here's Evans. To the inside. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First team foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. It's both from the stripe.
And that's about what we expect. He's been excellent from the line tonight.
Shooting the ball at 43% from the field. To the paint. Here's Powell. And Powell with the stuff.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it. 90 seconds into the second half now. Pass to Boozer. Fades and shoots. That won't go. He's 5 for 12 now.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
And from the moment he set foot in this league, Herb Jones was a plus defender, Legs.
Well, Brian, people were questioning his offensive game initially, but he's been pretty solid there. And for a player who's made first-team all-defense, that's more than enough.
And so Willie Green decides to call a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
Make some noise.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, BA. The new collective bargaining agreement is pushing parity. Commissioner Adam Silver said teams are realizing that there are real teeth in those second apron provisions. The goal was to put all 30 teams in a better position to compete. I think we're on our way to doing just that. Guys?
Leveling the playing field. Thanks for the update, Allie. Here's Boozer. 12 points for him. Buried from 15 feet out. Boozer's got 6 in the quarter.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
Inside. Oh, deflected. Now Sarr. No points yet. Here's Boozer. Pass to Evans. Here's Boozer. Takes a 13-footer. Ooh, that one makes him 7 for 14. Got a nice rhythm going here today.
They're on fire to start this quarter, and with each basket, their confidence grows.
Here's Powell, guarded by Sarr. Pass to Evans. Here's Boozer. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. It's out of bounds. 2K leaderboard showing the teams with the most points off turnovers last season.
It seemed like almost every time they forced an error, they converted on it. Not just winning turnovers, but taking them to the bank.
So both teams changing it up here. Gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Powell, a screen on Sarr. Takes a 3. He can't hit that time.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Pass to Evans. The 3. The shot off that time. They've got a chance here to cut the deficit to within 10. To the middle. Shoots from the line. Sarr pulls it in. Sarr's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, just hasn't been able to find his rhythm offensively, and that's having a ripple effect.
Here's Boozer. He's got 11. The 15-footer. Yes, on the jumper. Boozer's got 5 points in the quarter.
And there's some nice chemistry on offense. They're just taking what the defense allows.
Here's Evans. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Out to the right wing.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the third. Powell's shot is off. Gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. Boozer passes to Brown. The shot's good. Brown's got his second basket on the night.
And when you've got your opponent down, you don't want to take your foot off the pedal.
Well, with the pace of this game, you don't want to leave anything to chance.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Down low. And he can't stop the run as that one misses. Here's Boozer. No good off the glass.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
And for someone listed at 6'4", DeJounte Murray is an excellent rebounder, Tim.
Well, he sure is. He's got long arms and he's very athletic. His work on the glass, one of the many ways that he can impact winning, and he's always a threat to take it end to end.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. Coach probably
All right, let's keep it going for your dancers.
gone 6 for 9 in the half. Harris outside. Fires the 3. Hits a 3-pointer. Harris has got 5 points.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
44 seconds left in the third quarter. Good D by Harris.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Launches it. Foster misses. Shooting around 41% to the inside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, if you work the ball inside, it is going to pay dividends.
Pass to Boozer. Out to Harris. This one for three. The putback. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits.
Coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Yeah, right there, he wasn't a ball stopper. He kept his eyes up and his options open.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Davis, and it's Wilson in at the 4 slot. Now here's Harris. Outside, Brown. Back to Harris. Just 5 on the clock. Off target from outside.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Brown with the steal. And here they come. To the wing on the left. For 3, here's Harris. It's rebounded by Trimble. Harris has gone just 1 for 4 from deep. Back to Young. Here's Wilson. Top of the key jumper, no good.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Brown, a screen on Davis. And here's Harris outside. Again, Harris missing.
And they're winning this game despite his difficulties at the offensive end.
Right wing. About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. Drops in the 3.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
Boozer misses. Outside Young. Moving along. 2 minutes gone in the 4th. He shoots. And the deficit down inside single digits. Young's got his first 2 points. Got none of their shots to go in this final quarter. 0 for 4. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. He's checked in for Davis. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, Quinn Snyder had some words for his team over the break. And they told the team, let's keep doing what we're doing. We're up. Do not forget that. They told their team to just relax, to have fun, and to finish this one out. We'll see if they do, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Here's Foster. Pass to Boozer. And here's Harris. To the wing, right side. Takes the 3. And Young pulls it down.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
Chalk up 2 there.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Shooting has been good, around 52% from the field. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th now.
Ball is turned over. Wrong team foul. Substitution on the court.
Gone 3 of 4 in the 4th and looking confident on offense. Wide open look. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in.
They've still got work to do, but it's impressive how they've battled back.
And they've made some big plays to get back in it. This game is a toss-up now.
Pass to Sarr. Here's Boozer. to win the cold spell. Unable to get that one. Gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. And there's the lob. Tipped. Here's Evans. Rebounded by Powell. Gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Powell sets a screen. Oh, the long ball, no good. Shooting a nice 50% for the game. Here's Boozer. Takes it from 10. Oh, he can't hit it.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up. That one falls for Powell. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Here's Boozer. 1:56 left to play in the fourth. And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan.
Let's hear it for you.
.52 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Just 5 to shoot. From downtown. No. Gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. Here's Wilson.
Away team foul. Number 25. First personal foul, second team foul. At the line for 2, Wilson.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. That's off as well, so he misses both. Shooting at a 48% clip from the floor. From about 19. Yes! Locked in on the J.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
Well, the volume has been there, but so has the efficiency, which is why they're in control of this game.
Now Powell. Here's Wilson. it to go. And now we've got an intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Boozer. And he nails it.
They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
I think the key here is to be careful about playing it too safely. Just keep doing what you're doing.
And so Willie...
Is your dancers.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Let's loose for three. It's off. Sarr with it. It's a victory for the road team in this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
Well, Trey, leadership is such a key part of the point guard position. What's your focus in living up to that?
I'm a big guy and building team chemistry, so any chance I can, go bowling, hang out with these guys, build chemistry, and I think that's where it starts, is off the court, because that translates on.
Bowling, that's something I haven't done in a while. Thanks for the inspiration.
All right, Allie, thanks. Great stuff there. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And time to present our player of the game.